Self-hatred and guilt don't just show up out of nowhere. They come from years of internalizing hurt, mistakes, and negative beliefs about yourself. Today, we're talking about where that comes from psychologically and how to finally let it go. I am doing a 25-day series where I'll be posting every day leading up to Christmas. I'm sharing a new video to help you straighten your mindset, let go of things that no longer serve you, and walk into the new year as the best version of you. As a thank you to my amazing supporters, I am giving a Christmas giveaway. The rules are very simple. Just make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Like every video from the series, comment on each video your favorite takeaway or just how this channel has been helping you anyway. I'll post the winners on my YouTube community tab December the 26th, and I'll be picking 3 winners. Hi, my name is Evelyn, and I'm here to help you bring out the best version of you. That can be through beauty, self-love, self-concept, self-transformation. I got you covered. If you want to learn how to bring out the best version of yourself, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, and also hit that notification button so you never miss a video. I'm gonna go ahead and break this video down into 3 main parts. The first part would be is the psychology of self-hatred. The second part would be is how self-hatred shows up in your everyday life. The third part would be is how to stop self-hatred, how to stop hating on yourself. Self-hatred begins where it all started, from your childhood. Hatred often begins from growing up in homes where love was inconsistent, maybe dysfunctional, critical, conditional. If you were constantly judged or compared at a very early age, you learn that I'm not good enough unless I perform perfectly. This is gonna be the one that starts the inner voice from other people at a very early age, that maybe your parents, adults, your peers, your teachers, who made it seem like you had to perform a certain way to get their attention, to get their love. And I want you to believe, truly believe that that inner voice that you hear that's telling you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, you hate yourself, that is not your voice. It is an echo, a voice of someone else that stemmed from your childhood, that told you that you weren't worthy, that told you that you weren't deserving of love, that told you that you didn't deserve nice things and to have a good life. And that comes in where shame and guilt comes in. Let's first break down what the difference is, because I think a lot of people think they're both the same, but it's not. Guilt is I did something bad. Shame is I am bad. Guilt is something you feel guilty about doing. Shame comes into you thinking that you are this horrible, bad person. You will stay like this for the rest of your life. And they can coexist. The things that you did can make you feel guilty, and it can also bring shame to where you're thinking that you're this horrible, bad person. Self-hatred forms when guilt turns into shame and becomes part of your identity. You are taking your past mistakes, things that you have done, thinking that they have defined who you are. That is how guilt turns into shame. You have done something that may have not been the best. You made mistakes. That is fine. That is life. That is part of being human. You really have to understand, like, that is not who you are. That is something that you did, but it doesn't define you. Self-hatred can leave you into a very down spiral to where you are very unsatisfied with your life. You're very unhappy. You hate yourself. And that is not a way to live. You're not meant to be here to hate on yourself. Like, you were really meant to here to do what you are meant to do, to find your purpose, live it, do it, discover it, and live a really beautiful life. But if you keep holding on to the things that you have done, you keep holding on to the things that has happened to you, you're not able to move on from it. You're literally trapped in a cage, and you hate every part of yourself. You hate the trauma. You hate your looks. You hate your body. You hate your ethnicity. You hate the way you speak. Like, I used to fall into that. I felt like I was getting into that spiral of like, wow, like, I hate myself. Like, I hate the girl that I'm looking at. And it was so, like, even thinking about it, so emotional for me, because I'm just like, I never wanted that for myself, even as a little girl, to where I was told that I wasn't enough. I was a troublemaker. I won't amount to be anything. I was told every name of the book, okay? Like for so long, I was so unhappy with myself. I was so unhappy of just how I looked. I was so unhappy of what was happening to me. I was so unhappy of just like my surroundings and where I was at. I was such in a low place, and I really had to look within myself and look at myself in the mirror. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are we like this? Like, why do you feel that you hate yourself? And it reminisced to the things where like I felt guilty of the things that has happened to me. And it brought me shame. It brought me to a point where I'm just like, no, I don't love the person who I am. I don't love Evelyn. I don't love her. And that's what self-hatred will build up to. It will take the things that has happened to you, your mistakes, trauma, your hurt, and it will form into where you hate yourself. And it will form until you're in this stagnancy. Like you feel like there's nothing you can do. This is my life. There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do to better this. There's nothing else I can do to transmute this hurt. And that is not the case. And this is what's going to lead into that trauma loop and start really building that negative core belief. Like there are beliefs in yourself that comes from childhood. And as you grow an adult, you can undo those beliefs. You can unlearn those things. They may take a while. They may take strategy. They may take you being intentional and actually being serious about unlearning those beliefs. Trauma creates beliefs like I'm unworthy, I'm a burden, I don't deserve love. And these beliefs sit in your subconscious mind and replay in your everyday life. It replays in your decision, your relationship, your goals. How do you see the world? How do you see yourself? It literally replays it every single day. If you do not take a hold of it, if you do not gain the awareness of those traumas, of those negative core beliefs that has been in your subconscious mind as a kid. And as children, we're so quick to learn things easily because we're kids, it's like a blank canvas, like you have the people around you, your adults, your teachers, your friends who are giving you what they know. And some of that can be trauma, some of that can be negative core beliefs, and it sticks into you. But as an adult, you have the opportunity to unlearn those things. You have the opportunity to be like, okay, it sucks that I had to learn this as a kid. It sucks that I had to learn this for so long and I believed in this, but I no longer do. I'm an adult. I am able to make my own decisions. I'm able to create my own beliefs and have it serve me in my life and my purpose. Self-hatred isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, familiar, and disguised as I'm trying to do better. It can show up so many different ways in your life if you do not take a hold of it, where you're criticizing yourself, you're speaking negative, picking every little thing. You're staying in toxic relationships, staying in toxic environments and jobs, always feeling like you're inadequate, like you're not worthy, like you're just, I'm nothing. You self-sabotaging, that is a big one, to where you'll self-sabotage your own happiness, your own success. This will cause you to have like the anxiety and depression. People think that it's something that, okay, it's external, like people are giving me anxiety and depression, and that could be the case as well. If you're around toxic people, they're toxic and you're still around them and you have the choice to leave them or you're not, that is a form of self-hatred as well. So it's the simple things, like literally you are who you hang around, you are who you associate yourself with. Really identify the things that you are doing in your daily life. Are you speaking negatively about yourself? Are you over apologizing for every little thing as if like it's your fault? Are you feeling just guilt and shame of things that has happened that are in the past? Why can't you let that go? It's been years. You still holding on to that feeling. Really need to learn how to pivot and transmute the betrayal, the hurt, the gossip, the rage, the whatever has happened that is causing you to feel and be in that shame and to develop that self-hatred towards yourself. You need to learn how to pivot and really transmute it to where it's benefiting you, to where you're able to elevate from it. Let's get into the final step on how to stop self-hatred. I'm gonna give you practical steps to where you can implement in your daily life. Now, this ain't gonna be easy, okay? This is not gonna be easy, but this is going to be intentional and for you to really apply it in your life if you really want to stop self-hatred, if you really want to stop being your biggest hater. Like, you already have the world plotting on your downfall. You don't want to be your own enemy. Like, that's just no. Like, learn to be best friends with yourself. Learn to love yourself, and that stops with hating on yourself. Step one is to rebuild your dialogue. Speak to yourself like you love and care and you want the best for you, because you should. Learn to really redirect your dialogue and speak from love, speak from light, speak life into yourself, to where you're like, if you make a mistake, acknowledge it. I messed up. Like, let's just say you made a promise to yourself, because I'm learning to say this to myself as well, to where, okay, I promised myself I was going to do this. I didn't end up doing it that day. Hey, Evelyn, you didn't do this. Tomorrow, let's do it. I don't want to go another day without not doing what you said you wanted to do. And I keep it pushing. I'm not going to fall into this big hole to where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm never going to start. I can't even trust myself. How I'm going to trust the process. No, like, you are digging yourself into a rabbit hole and you don't need to. No, 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 no. Speak love and light to yourself. Like, don't coddle like your mistakes and to where like you're kind of like brushing them past by like it didn't mean anything, but acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you made that mistake, but that doesn't define who you are. You can do better. Every day that you wake up, you have an opportunity to be better than you were before. And speak from that. Speak from love and light, not hatred. Step two is to replace shame with self-compassion. This is huge because for some reason, why are we so hard on ourselves? Like, why don't we give ourselves the same compassion that we give other people? Like, you have to give yourself that. It is very important. This is going to help reduce the anxiety. This is going to help you rewrite those subconscious beliefs that you have from yourself. It is okay that you didn't know better at that time of that mistake or what happened. You didn't know better. Like, we have been on earth. This is our first time. This is your first time actually living, being an adult, being who you are, right? This is your first time. You're bound to make mistakes. Learn from it. Come from a place to where you are giving yourself love and self-compassion. Stop with the self-pity. Stop with the self-hatred. That is causing you to have anxiety, depression, and keeping you in a loop of trauma and self-hatred. Stop with it. Really learn how to build self-compassion with yourself. This is going to help you tremendously. Step three is to identify who put those beliefs there in the first place. Like, who made you feel like you weren't good enough? Who made you feel ashamed of your mistakes? Once you really identify who put them in there in the first place, it's easier to let it go because it didn't come from you. It's not you who are believing these things. Well, it is you who believing these things, but it's not you who placed this belief in the first place. You were conditioned, you were told to, and now you can go ahead and unlearn that condition. Step four is to stop punishing yourself for old mistakes. This is crucial. You cannot grow from punishing yourself. You need to learn how to hold accountability for your mistakes. Acknowledge it. Have that awareness and hold yourself accountable to what has happened or what you've done, right? That is going to help you grow. That's going to help you extend. But if you keep punishing yourself, you go into that self-punishment, you are keeping yourself stagnant. You are keeping yourself stuck. This is going to continue to build up that self-hatred. You can't punish yourself into becoming a better person. You grow through understanding, holding yourself accountable, and having aligned action, not shame. Step five is to build evidence for the opposite belief. Your brain needs new evidence to rewrite those old beliefs, to get them out of their head, to unplug them, basically almost like to rewrite history, right? You're rewriting your brain, you're renewing your mind. You are feeling, or you're just believing like, hey, I'm unworthy. Challenge that thought. Tell yourself and remind yourself of those times where you were cared for. You were successful in this project. You were successful in this journey that you may have started with yourself. You were successful and you were loved and cared for. Remind yourself of those thoughts. Tell your thoughts what to think. You can do it. You can tell yourself what to think. You're already thinking negatively. You can tell yourself to think in a more positive and beneficial way, from love and light, not hatred, not to where it's belittling you. You can uplift yourself. You have a way to do that, and you have control of your mind. You have control over your thoughts. Build that evidence. Build that evidence to where you're able to challenge those opposite beliefs, those negative beliefs that are holding you back. Think new thoughts. Number 6 would be is you have to forgive yourself for things you didn't know or just for any of your past mistakes. The version of you who made those mistakes were surviving. They weren't thriving. Forgive them. They didn't know what you know now. Learn to forgive and let go. This is going to be crucial, and this is very, very big, because if you don't, you're embodying that mistakes, the traumas, the things that has happened to build you to who you are now, a person who you don't even like. Maybe have to journal, pray, go to therapy, scream. Okay, you may have to like fight it out, like do whatever you need to do to forgive and let go of the things that you didn't know, and also your past mistakes that you have done. It's over. You can't change it. What you can do now is you're able to acknowledge, hold yourself accountable, and move forward. Really go within and find the best way possible to where you can forgive yourself. I have forgiven my younger self. Like, that was something that I held for so long because I felt like I knew better. And I had to tell myself, girl, you were a kid. You didn't know better. You knew what you knew, what you were conditioned to know in your environment, in your household. You knew how to respond, of how you've seen others to do it. I have to forgive myself. I had to really hold myself as I was holding like my little self and just tell her like, I forgive you. I forgive you, and I forgive everything you have ever done. This is going to be very emotional. It's very emotional for me, and this may take a while and for you to continue to keep doing, but really build up that courage to where you are forgiving yourself. It is very important. Out of all the steps that I've said, this is like the main important thing, because you keep replaying history in your head and it's not benefiting you. Stop reliving the past. Forgive yourself and let it go. The final step would be is to create identity shifts. Replace those labels of the labels you're telling yourself, like I hate myself. No, I'm learning to love myself. I'm learning to learn more about me. I'm learning to discover me. I'm learning to love and forgive myself. I'm broken. No, I'm healing. I am rebuilding me. I'm becoming the best version of myself. That's what I'm doing. Learn to replace those old labels, because doing an identity shift and shifting the things that you have believed is going to create long-term change. You cannot change anything if you do not change what's up here. Thoughts, those things that you're saying in your head and your mind, what you're believing, if you do not change those, nothing will happen. You can change, try to change your hair, your makeup, your outfit, your job, all of that extra stuff. If you do not change and renew your mind, you're not able to do anything. Learn to challenge those old labels of when they're coming up in your head, those old beliefs, you challenge them. Those are going to create long-term changes for you. Self-hatred isn't who you are, it's who you were taught to be. The moment you choose compassion, acceptance, and forgiveness, everything changes. Healing isn't instant, but it is possible. You deserve to experience yourself outside of shame. Please comment one thing that you are forgiving yourself today. Leave that in the comments down below. I would love to read them. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.